crafting friends. This is Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner, or Kate's Knitcast, and I am here for my first update in the month of June, which is super exciting, but like, how did we get here? So, I have a finish to share with you and one small progress report. But mainly what this video is going to be is a preview of my summer sock camp plans. So I will start with what I've accomplished and then get into the plans. This should be a pretty short video. I also went and wrote down all of the prompts for that Harry Potter knitting and crochet group on Ravelry. The June prompts have come out, and I need to complete at least one. Optimally, I'd like to complete all 8 classes plus the detention, but that may be too much of an ask. We'll see what I can get done, but I need to at least get one done in order to qualify for sorting for next term. So I will talk about that also in the planning section. So the first thing I want to start with is my granny stripe afghan. I did complete the one other color. I have not yet done this week's color. That means that I have no progress on my coziest memories. I did pull out this week's yarn to show you guys. This is how it normally comes up, and then I wind it into a ball and do it. So this one is mainly a cream color with some very slight speckling. So I'm really excited to do this. I am planning on getting started with this probably while editing this video. So then I will have 2 more weeks after this for the spring collection, and my summer collection did come in the mail. So here it is. It is still sealed up because I am actually doing this one as a mystery. I didn't keep last year's a mystery. I opened them all up when they arrived, but this year I'm trying to keep it as a mystery just for fun. So I have 2 more weeks on this, and then I will move into summer. So this week actually, and 2 more. So there's 3 more stripes and squares I have to do, but I'm super excited and really pleased with how it's turning out. Now the other project I worked on this week was the Dunbrock socks. Sorry for any reflection. This is from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears, and last week I said my goal was to complete the first sock for my sister, and I did that, which is why I have very little progress on anything else, because I basically just focused on this. She uses a square heel. I've never done that before, so it's just a tiny bit different from the other heel that I've done. And then she uses an umbrella toe, so the way you decrease is different, and in the end you only have to Kitchener 8 stitches, so that's really nice, 4 on each needle. So this is where I left off, and I managed to do all of that, and I'm so pleased and proud, and yeah, I'm really pleased with myself. So on Saturday was my mom's birthday, and we did a Zoom call, and I messed up over here, and I'm hoping that it will blend in enough that she doesn't notice, my sister, because I was not gonna rip out. I think I didn't notice till I was about there, and just with the cables and how that all is, I didn't want to rip it out and try to pick it up. I was really worried that in the end I would have just ripped out the whole sock. So And then my husband and I, excuse me, sorry, we started watching a new show. Well, new to us, it's not a new show. The Rookie with Nathan Fillion. And we're really enjoying that show. I think we're about 7 episodes in. And I think in 7 episodes I managed 1 8-row repeat because I just could not knit while watching that show. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I just find him really funny, and so I really enjoyed that show. And yeah, I managed to accomplish this, so I'm really proud of myself. And that's all I worked on this week. So that gets us into planning. I brought out all of my socks. Hang on, let me just move this so that I have a little bit more room to put things. Okay, I have a spare chair over there. Okay, so my main focus, well, I have 2 main focuses this month. One is quilting related, and that is this quilt that I need to make for my husband. Sorry, for our 2nd wedding anniversary, which is on June 23rd. So, I doubt I'm going to get much cross stitch done, which isn't related to this video, but just mentioning that. The other thing is that this June 1st is the start of summer sock camp from Kay Litton from the Crazy Sock Lady, and I'm not really going to follow most of her rules. And she doesn't have a lot of rules. Like, basically, it's just a new start, and I think it has to be adult size. So, it's not really many rules, but I want to clear off my needles. And so, I've pulled out all of my sock whips to share with you guys, as well as some of my new start plans for socks, and I'm going to share those now, and I really want to finish them. Sorry, geez Louise. Summer sock camp ends at the end of August, so I would ultimately like to finish all of my whips and possibly a couple new sock starts. So, like, my aim, I guess, is kind of like a sock a week, which is kind of crazy. Don't know if I'll manage it, and I mean, there's definitely some wiggle room in there, but that's kind of what I'm aiming at. So, to start off with the whips, I have this 2 at a time vanilla socks that I'm making for my dad. They're just vanilla with some contrast heels. You might recognize this color because that is the same one as my sister's sock. Originally, my mom had wanted socks with this yarn before she changed her mind, so we thought it would be kind of cute to do the contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs in the alternate, so my mom and dad would have kind of matching socks, but then she changed her mind, and so that didn't happen. But I have this started for my dad. He has super wide feet, like super wide, really large. So a large sock normally has 72 stitches. I increased this to 80 because I'm hoping that will be wide enough. But so yeah, still need to work on this, get them done. so far I have about 40 in the leg. I think I'm gonna go to 50, right around 50, because I don't want to run out of room for the foot, or yarn. I don't want to run out of yarn for the foot, so he's gonna have a shorter leg, but it is what it is. And it's a good thing my sister is a small size for socks, because that should leave enough for the toes and the heel, and that will hopefully help with the yarn situation. I really don't want to run out of yarn, so that is that pair. Then I have my Advent socks from last Christmas. I clearly quit at a pretty early stage. So this is how far I got. So I'd love to finish these socks. I didn't order the yarn for this year's Advent socks. I think the listing is still up, so I'm contemplating it, but I don't know. Next we have my Halloween stripy socks. I finished one. This is the heel toe do-si-do socks from Kay Litton from Crazy Sock Lady. So it's got this fun design on the front, and then the back is just plain vanilla. And I knit this on a 9-inch circular, and I have the cuff started, and I have since discovered, like, when I started knitting socks, I started on 9-inch circular, and I loved it. Like, I swore by it. There was no other method for me. I was completely all in with 9-inch circular. Now I hate it, like, hate it a lot. And it cramps up my hands. It's hard for me to reach the next stitch properly. I'm hoping that doing this sock will get me in the rhythm and groove of it again, because I have many pairs of 9-inch circulars and don't want that all to be wasted. But right now I'm super into Magic Loop, and so not really loving the 9-inch circulars. The last pair of socks that I have to share with you is the Sweetheart socks for my mom. And this is where I'm at. It's got this beautiful pattern on the front. I really love this color of yarn. And unfortunately, it's out of stock with the dyer, but I'm considering messaging her and asking for her to make another skein if she can, because dyes go out of, like, they get discontinued and stuff like that, so I totally understand if it's not possible. But I would love to make myself a pair of these socks with this yarn, and yeah, but I need to finish my mom's. So that is the last of my well, and the Dunbrock socks. I need to do one more. That is the last of my whips. I did have another pair of socks on the go, but I frogged them this week. This was the Cornish cream socks. I will hopefully put a picture of where I had made progress to. If I have one, I kind of just on impulse ripped them out. This was a pair of socks I had started. It actually was the first pair of socks I ever started. And I had started them on 9-inch circulars, and it was going okay. The problem is that this pattern, which is really fun and really pretty, but it had a lot of like slip, like 4 slips, and then you knit them together and knit 4 together. And on the 9-inch circular, it was really difficult to maneuver the needles that well. So my plan is to restart this pair of socks on magic loop. So I don't know if I'm going to do that during summer sock camp. I'm contemplating it because one of my prompts for this month is to do something using reclaimed yarn. And so that could work for that. However, I would have to finish one whole sock for it to count for the class. So we'll see. Now I'm going to share with you guys the yarns I have pulled for completely new socks. So the first pair, oops, hang on. I dropped the tag. The first one is this sock blank that I got, and I am planning on making a pair of socks for my sister Alex for Christmas. The colorway is Hunger Games. However, this reminds me more of Hufflepuff than the Hunger Games. And this is a double knit. Yeah, it's a double knit. So when you start pulling it out, there's two of them. So I'm probably going to do this as a 2 at a time pair of socks. I do have a spare 40-inch cable needle, so this is one I'm thinking about starting for this month. My sister lives overseas with my parents, and so I need to finish so my mom and my dad and my sisters with plenty of time to mail it before Christmas, so that's a high priority. The next pair, I don't have the tag with me, but my sister Johanna, who lives in Washington State, picked this yarn for her socks. I had started it at one point, however, I forgot what pattern and where I was on it, and I think this might have also been on 9-inch circulars, and so I pulled it out. So I need to either pick a new pattern or figure out what pattern she had picked and restart this. Like I said, she does live in Washington State, so it's not the highest priority. The rest of my family's overseas, so getting theirs out is a higher priority. But I definitely want this done by Christmas. Then we have the socks for my husband. This was his present from last Christmas, so I really need to do this, especially if I'm going to make him another pair for this Christmas. But this is a purpley colored yarn. It is 100% merino, so that's a little bit worrisome that there's no nylon in it, but it's fine. So then the last ones I have are these. This was a yarnable one, and my nephew Hayden, he's 6. I'm hoping to make 2 pairs of socks for him, one in the smaller size and then one in a larger size, so that as his feet grow, he'll hopefully just be able to transition to the next pair of socks. So he lives in Germany with my sister, although I think they're going to be moving to England. My sister got accepted at a university there and will be pursuing a degree in history, I believe. Yes, Johanna is doing archaeology and Kirsten's doing history. So I will probably not mail them until after the move is finalized, so that they go to the right place, because right now my sister's husband is German, and so right now they're living in Germany, so don't want to send it to Germany if they've moved to England. So yeah, but So those are my plans. It's a lot of socks, and I am not a fast knitter. I'm working on it, working on trying to be faster, but my main focus is going to be socks this summer. I am contemplating, depending on how I feel at the end of this month, doing a Christmas in July situation where I try to work on my Advent projects that all kind of went by the wayside. Try to get some of those finished out before the new season of Advent start, but we'll see. I may just try to finish Christmas projects in the fall before Christmas. But that is my main update. I do have written out all of the classes, so I will just go over the prompts really quick, as I think some of these socks will be able to fit into them. And if not, I'm hoping that the colors, which are still a mystery to me because I haven't opened them up. I'm so tempted to sneak peek and see if they'll be able to fit in any of these prompts, but I'm trying to be good. So for detention, you get a badge. So detention is something that you had started previously and then finished in the month, and only the first project counts for points. And then you get badges if it meets the badges prompts. So there are 3 prompts. The first is that the project has to travel to its final destination. So anything that's for my family has to travel to its final destination. So my dad's socks, my mom's socks, and it only has to be 1 sock, so that will work. Or the prompt is for hiking, and it's advice from another student. So if someone gives you advice, I don't really have anything that needs advice on right now, so probably not really going to aim for that badge, which is fine. Or secret hideout is the 3rd badge, and that is, it's used to hide something or someone. So I mean, maybe like, I mean, a hat can hide your head, that type of thing. I've never made a hat before. They scare me. In case you didn't know, I've said that multiple times, but hats scare me. And I don't know why. I mean, it seems ridiculous. I know that I will knit socks, but not hats, but it is what it is. Then we have Care of Magical Creatures, and the prompt is to create something that mimics a safe habitat to rehome a pogreben. And that's like a forest setting. So I think that either using this yarn, which kind of has foresty colors, or maybe my nephew's colored yarn has foresty colors, that could, so I'm thinking the second sock for my sister will work for that class. Then we have astronomy, which is something in the round or something black. And I mean, socks are all knit in the round, so any sock would work for that. So that one was super easy. Divinations is to make, okay, so they said you had to first say if you are a product stitcher or a process stitcher. And I'm a process stitcher, or knitter, I guess. I'm a process crafter, you can say. I enjoy the process of crafting, and having a finished product is not that important to me. In case you haven't seen any of my floss tubes, I have about 200 works in progress in cross stitch alone. I probably have 20 to 30, well, if I count my crochet ones, it's definitely closer to 50 in yarn crafts, several quilts. I enjoy the process of crafting, and having a finished product isn't very important to me. For this prompt, you have to do the opposite. And so what I'm gonna say is, I'm making these as Christmas presents. I have to finish the product. So again, any sock will work for this class. So you have to do the opposite of what you are for the class. Geologic world, something large and mysterious, or something you would find on top. And we're not sure if we're still waiting for feedback for if that's supposed to be on top of a mountain or if it's just on top of something. They're discussing it in the teacher's lounge right now. And so this is one I have no clue what I'm going to do. It's kind of like the back burner one, but if it has to be large and mysterious, I really need to get a move on it, because that could be like something using a lot of yarn, which means I need to get it started sooner in order to finish it. So I really need to give that a good think and get it started like ASAP. Do you think that's socks? But that's, would you define that as a large? What if you what if you knit a large sized sock from a pattern that was released as a mystery? That could work, because that could work for the first one of this sock, because I have large feet. I mean, like, I have wide feet. So I have to knit a large size, and this pattern was released as a mystery. So maybe that will work, and I am going to check on that after this video, actually. So, then there's Defense Against Dark Arts, which is to make something from reused material, and you get a bonus point if you show it before. So again, I frogged this. I pulled it all out, so this would count as reused material. Ancient Runes is something that can be used as camouflage. And I think that these kind of look like camouflage colors. So I'm thinking that this would work. One of the socks for my nephew. Herbology is something inspired by bees or pollinator flowers. So we've got my sister Alex's socks, which yellow, and the coloring kind of reminds me of bees. However, because these are 2 at a time, I would have to finish both of them completely. And so yeah, that kind of worries me, because that would be a whole pair, and I've already listed so many other socks that that might be too much. And then the final class is Muggle Studies, which is something that helps you achieve a state of calm. And what I will be doing for that, and this is the class I will be finishing the first, which will give me that check mark for completed a class this month to get sorted, hopefully in September. And that is, I will be making a blanket square on my Coziest Memories. So that's easy. I can get that done today, get it submitted today, and yeah, and that will mean that I can complete that class. So yay. Then if I don't finish these other ones, it's not a big deal, because I will have gotten that check mark. So I really would like to complete all of the classes. I just don't know if that is achievable or even a realistic goal. So anyways, this is about 30 minutes. I did want to share with you guys really quick that if you watch my floss tubes, I don't know if I've mentioned it here, I have diabetes, and it's been a real struggle for me to cut out sugars and stuff like that, but I need to get my blood sugar levels lower if we're going to have a baby, because with high blood sugar levels, you have a higher risk of miscarriage. And so, I saw on a video, someone was talking about cold brewing coffee, and, I'm trying not to drink coffee. So then I still started researching cold brewing, because I see it mentioned on my tea group. And so I decided to try cold brewing some tea, because I heard that it's sweeter, it's less bitter. And so I've tried it, and I haven't had to add sugar. Now, it doesn't taste as nice and sweet as I normally like things. However, I've got to get my blood sugar levels under control. So this is what I've been drinking. It's a cold brew herbal, And it's actually really good. I really am enjoying it. There's no bitterness. It's got a little bit of a sweet kick to it. And so the one I've been doing this week is called Peachy Berry Herbal Tea. This is from Plum Deluxe Tea Club. Every month I get a new herbal tea. They do also have a black tea subscription. I really, really love their teas. Last Christmas and the Christmas before that, I did their tea advent calendar. I will probably be ordering that again. But my friend Martha and I are also going to do a tea exchange, which I'm super excited about. So, because I have a bunch of teas that I can't drink. They either have ingredients I don't like, or they're like green teas. I really don't like green teas and other stuff like that. And then I have some teas I really like that I want to share with her, that some are from like international places that she might not have experienced ever before. So I'm really super excited to do the tea exchange with Martha this Christmas. And but I probably will still get the tea advent. I'm a little advent obsessed. I don't know. I really am. It's bad, but yeah. So I just thought I would share that. If you are looking for a nice cool drink, try cold brewing your tea. So what I do is I have a leftover, it used to have iced tea in it that you can like buy at the store, or we have a lemonade one too. So what I did was I put 2 tablespoons of this and then filled it with water. And you need to let it soak, you need to let it be steeping, I guess, in the fridge. You do this in the fridge. This isn't sun tea. This is cold brew. So you let it steep in the fridge for about a day. They say 8 hours minimum, but I always do at least 24. And then the other thing that's really awesome about cold brewing tea is you can reuse that same tea leaves for another brew. So what I will then do is add 1 more tablespoon of the tea in, refill the container, and go again. And I do that basically until my bag is done. So I'm on my, I think, 3rd steeping so far. And it's going really good. It tastes really awesome, and it's refreshing. And I have not added any sugar, which my husband says makes it disgusting. He adds a little bit of sugar in his, or some honey, which you can totally do. Like I said, I'm just trying to get my sugar numbers down. And it's so nice and refreshing. So if you have not tried cold brew iced tea before, and I mean, you don't have to just do it with herbal. If you drink black tea or green tea and you want to try it like that, definitely do it. When you use hot water, it releases something that I can't remember what it's called, but that's what gives it the bitter taste. And when you cold brew it, that's not released, and so you don't get that bitter taste that you sometimes get. So definitely try it, and it's just a nice summer drink. Yesterday we got temperatures at like 106, 108, which is miserable. Like I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit. In Celsius. But it's hot. I think it's like 40. I don't know. It's hot. It's miserable, and you need something cold. So this is saving me from popping sodas. And yeah, so that is all. That's my update, and I will say goodbye for now, and I will talk to you guys in a week where hopefully I will have some decent progress. Bye guys.